Unfortunately, Japan lost World Cup game against Brazil at 4 a.m. I lost my sleeping time as well. I did my best. For the next 7 minutes, I want to talk briefly about climate-driven disasters, about the people we keep losing, and about the system we aim to build called UXA, so that next time no one is left behind. Typhoons, floods, landslides, even wildfires, by the time we understand what is happening on the ground, the worst hours are already over. Across every disaster, across every country, we always arrive late. Then why are we always late? Seeing the disaster, deciding what to do, and acting on it, each step takes longer than the time we actually have. Forecast, map, decision, and team, we always arrive late. The whole response loop runs slower than the disaster itself, and this is a gap we must close. Here's what happens when we are late. October 2019, Typhoon Hagibis hit eastern Japan. In Fukushima Prefecture, the city of Soma lost its water supply. At the city's central hospital, patients with kidney problem who needed clean water machines several times a week to stay alive nearly lost their treatment. But they could survive fortunately only because the self-defense water supply trucks arrived in time. But they were saved by luck, not by the design. The same story repeats across climate-driven disasters. People do not die, not only from the direct impact of the disaster itself, but also from the lifelines they depend on, such as water, power, road, and medical access. To save more people, those lifelines need to be resilient, to be evaluated altogether in a synchronized way even before the disaster arrives, and that analysis needs to be updated accordingly during the disaster response. Here's a cost of being late. The horizontal axis is the time after the disaster, and the vertical axis is the survival rate. At 72 hours, the rescue deadline of Japan's disaster relief access, the survival rate is below 10%. In contrast, at 3 hours, the survival rate is above 90%, which means that the difference between 3 hours and 72 hours is a difference between life and death, and UXA is aiming for achieving this 3-hour target. UXA is built on 2 pillars. First pillar is called predict. Before the storm makes landfall, we answer 3 questions. Which lifelines will fail? Water, power, road, and medical access? Which patients will require dialysis, insulin, or even medical oxygen? Who do we evacuate in what order? Predict answers before disaster arrives based on the big data-driven, data-simulated, uncertainty-aware digital twin that models all the lifelines at once. When the power goes down, dialysis goes down, and certain patients will be critical. Pillar 1 sees these complicated chains at once before it happens. Based on the foundation model from Pillar 1 predict, Pillar 2 is called respond, for which we aim to conduct UXA challenge competition. Prediction is never perfect. The typhoon path will shift very easily, and levee will break accidentally in a place we did not expect. So we need a system that finds the unfounded people in near real time within 3 hours in such an uncertainty situation during the disaster response. This is an operational research-oriented optimization problem. We have many sensing assets, from on-ground rescue team of volunteers to drones and satellites at the sky. But we don't have enough time. We have changing conditions always. And the question is operational. Where do we look next? Which asset goes where? With what and when? Formally, we want to maximize expected information that the next observation fleet can find where the unfound people are. X star in blue color is where the unfound people are. Y is a sensing asset from ground teams to drones and satellites. A in orange color is the plan of how to allocate those sensing assets, and omega is disaster itself changing every minute. And we aim to choose the optimal plan A that can find the most information in the least time. This problem is very hard because of two reasons. First, the world itself changes during a disaster. Mobility patterns break, infrastructure fails, the model we built for stationary conditions do not match the world we now see in the disaster. Second, the sensors themselves fade. Drones are grounded by weather, satellites are blocked by cloud, and shelters easily go down. Today's research trends these two problems, analyze these two problems separately, but UX's bet is to analyze these two challenges jointly, and this is a core of this UX program. Predict what fails, find who is lost, and save all the people with UX. This is a program too big for any one person or even any one lab. If this question matters to you, if you're working on cities emergency response, AI, drones, satellite, even disaster policy, please feel free to come to me after this session. I want to build up this UX with you all. Thanks so much for attention.